Hi guys, today we're gonna talk about SpaceX IPO more, and yes, now it's gonna be more interesting because we're gonna touch about the bad part that well, many are not talking about enough, and yes, why despite of all the wonderful things that I said about Elon Musk, I have lots of questions towards him, and yes, what he does for, well, investors, for employees, and for himself probably as well. So let's yeah, have more clarity towards this topic, because it's gonna uncover lots of yeah, parts where it might be a bit uncomfortable, and yes, maybe unpleasant to hear for others what I have to say. Well, let's be a bit realistic and specific with his ventures. He undeniably is very talented person, has yeah, like intelligence in order to challenge the world. It has lots of yes, support and credibility for his yes, projects. But think about it for a second. If you and I, we would have also almost infinite amount of resources, would we do much worse than him or not? Of course, it is a hypothetical question, because, well, we're not in his shoes. But when you are seeing how he spending his money and using them in a massive loss for the same investors that he is clapping each time when they're hearing his presentations, then you're starting to question yourself and the sanity of other people who supporting him to that degree, right? Because think about it, if you opening a regular restaurant or any sort of business and it's losing money, or like non-stop for months or sometimes years, what would happen? Of course you go bankrupt, right? You cannot operate, and yes, you have to shut it down. And that's exactly what happens with his companies. Why? It's because his companies, they're not making money until today. Those things that you see, all those billions, they are like dust comparing with the expenses that he has with his ventures. And why it's so difficult to comprehend for majority of people is because, of course, he's selling the future, all those wonderful things that yes, selling those things that we like to see in this world, that it is convenient to believe in stories and fairy tales. Why am I saying fairy tales? Is because how many times he said that he's gonna colonize the Mars, that people gonna have space traveling operations, all those things that, well, have nothing to do with reality, right? And yes, you do need to stretch the truth a little bit and over-exaggerate in order to make it more crispy. But on this level, right, when you have so many eyes on you, you certainly at this point you have to deliver what you're saying, right? But yeah, what we're witnessing is like completely different, because besides his Starlink and yes, those massive rockets that are launching in space, they're not doing anything else that justifies the ridiculous valuation that claiming that they deserve to have, like up to $2 trillion up front. Like this is what we're talking about, GDP of the majority of these countries of this world. And yes, the combination of a massive companies that actually contributed something for us on Earth, right? Not like in Mars, not in like in the moon, not in space, but on Earth here and now, that people actually can, yes, get value out of it. So that's precisely why I'm saying that it is bad, because yes, many things are questionable, and yes, we have the rights to question those things in order not to be fooled. Because let's not forget that America, US, they like to overhype stuff to the insane degree. But when you have like valuation 100 times of your revenue, and you're thinking that yes, it should be this way, then yes, like you don't need to be a genius in order to understand that something is off with all these wonderful ideas behind it. And of course we're gonna touch about the ugly part in the next video. But the problem with this company is that, yeah, the industries ahead in the future, they're gonna be, yes, like comparing all the nonsense that Elon Musk is doing, and they're gonna try to replicate this insane business model in order, yes, to squeeze money out of investors and public. And that's where, yes, we need to be very honest with what we've been told, and like what conclusions we have to make from yes, his company. Because like I said, it's wonderful, I love it, but not at that price point, and not with the hype that is around it. Because otherwise, again, I just also can make numbers out of thin air and say that, yeah, I deserve it. Why not? Just give me money, I'm gonna lose slash spend in order to justify it like non-stop. And yes, I'm not worse than him with this regard. And of course I'm not saying that this as like jealousy or something, because yes, like it has nothing to do with, yeah, my life when we comparing those kind of people. But again, the comparison, it makes sense when yes, you starting to realize that, well, even a monkey can be right when they are having thousands of shots to throw. So why we giving a person so much credit when he clearly does not deserve that? And yes, like I said it from the previous video, that there are not enough people to challenge, and yeah, they might not have his talent in order to sell and challenge the mainstream. But it does not justify his acts and those things that, well, he's clearly doing wrong, and never admits it in public. Because how dare you question the brilliance and, yes, like his 10-dimensional, yeah, thinking that, yeah, we mortals, we cannot comprehend. No, that's all bullshit. Sorry, that's nonsense. You cannot fed up with people for too long. And yeah, believe it, that it is gonna work out every single time. And that's where all these bubbles are created, when you have endless amount of nonsense sold as yeah, successful venue. This is called fraud and scam, and majority of people, they are, yes, being caught, and yeah, they ended up in jail But like, why this kind of people, yeah, are exception, right? So that's where, yes, we're touching the ugly part, because we're living in a world where it is official and, yes, legal. No one is taking action against him, because they are too powerful. And why they are powerful is because we given power to them. And that's precisely my point of this video, that the more we praising guys like him with the wrong causes, then we shouldn't blame why the world is screwed. It's because they are the climax of why the world is actually not progressing, ironically, in the right direction. The same people who talk about humanity and better changes for the future, they're actually the same people who are yes, making you stagnated, and yes, taking resources from you, because yes, they thinking that you are stupid and incompetent enough on your own. But again, we're not living in a 20th century where all this stuff is unknown, and yes, you cannot see all the activities that are going behind the scenes. Everything is public today, and yes, these people, they're not gonna get away from it for too long, far too long. If yes, they're not gonna deliver results. If he will deliver results, then fantastic. We're gonna all clap, and we're gonna, yes, celebrate on Mars all together as a result of it. But I have strong doubts that, yeah, he's gonna pull off even 25% of all that nonsense that he's talking. And yes, we're gonna pay for it as a conclusion out of all his trials and errors. Again, trials and errors, they need to be, but when we talk about billions upon billions, I'm sorry, this stuff is already not a joke. And yes, we are responsible for it equally if we are supporting people like him with their own causes, like I said. But again, we shall see. Only time will tell who's right, who's wrong. And yes, it's better to be wrong, but yeah, have better perspectives and a brighter future than yes, believing in illusions and all the noise that is surrounded for us. But yes, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button. Stay tuned. Bye.